The House of Grief welcomes you and stands ready to ease your troubles. Welcome to the House of Grief. Or perhaps welcome is the wrong word, Shadowheart. There's been some debate whether you'd even show up and face the consequences of your actions. I assumed you tried to flee, like a craven.
Spare me your venom. I'm sure the Mother Superior will have plenty of her own.
All in due time. This is a place of healing. Anyone who partook in our methods did so willingly, and left with a smile on their face, freed from their troubles. Would you accuse a surgeon of robbing a tumor? I think not. As I said, in due time. First, you submit to the mapping of the heart. Only then can we know what is to be done with you. This is the House of Grief. We strive to help those whose hearts have grown heavy, be it with anger, melancholy, grief, or treachery. Submit to the mapping and reveal what lurks in your heart. If you consent, follow me. If you do not, leave, please. Enter. The mapping of the heart requires utmost privacy. It will begin as soon as you are seated. It can deceive, I must admit. Originally, we sought to help those who found themselves consumed by the loss of a loved one. But there are so many others who need our help. We unburden people of the suffering in their hearts. Melancholy, anger, self-doubt, troubling memories, and of course, grief. I think you could benefit from our help. In fact, I think you desperately need our help. I sense turmoil in you, even if you cannot bring yourself to admit it.
You sense a truth behind her words. She genuinely wants to help. However, it seems truth is not the only thing behind her words. Something is being hidden.
A great deal of people in need have entered that door. In my time, I've come to recognize their suffering. Admitting you have a problem is the first step, the hardest step. After that, we will be by your side. The insight of an unburdened spirit. I too was once weighed down, but now I am free. Before I came here, I was given to drunkenness, wanton violence, licentiousness of every sort. But now I am saved, as you can be. I cannot force you, but perhaps you can look inwards and be true to yourself. You may not like what you see when you put yourself under scrutiny, but we can show you how to love yourself.
You seek to be unburdened, yes? The mapping of the heart can reveal the way. Yet, there is another here whose need is great.
That voice. Allow me. I think I'm supposed to do this.
Do you know why you are here?
There is something I lost. No. Had taken from me. My family. My life. I want it all back.
Loss is a gift, girl. Do you still not understand that? Now give me the true answer. What is your purpose in being here?
The artifact. I was sent to retrieve it, at any cost.
And who tasked you with this mission?
The Mother Superior of It's you.
Give me the honor of my name, in full.
I can't. My memories...
I know what's in that head of yours better than you do, girl. My name.
Mother Superior... Lyconia de Veer.
You still have the wits to recognize your betters. Good.
Lyconia de Veer. If only Shar would bless me with the forgetting of your face.
Always a pleasure to see old acquaintances. But you would be wise to not interfere in what is to come. Now descend. You have much to answer for.
An astral projection. Seems she's taking no chances with us.
Oh, a projection. Let us find her in the flesh, then. So I can give her a hug.
I think I might have hurt people here. Learned how to break their bodies. Their spirits quiet in here now. But it wasn't always so. Screams rang off these walls. I swear I can almost hear them. This is it. Where I was raised. Trained. Held. It's strange to be back.
I've not felt the presence of the Shadow Weave like this since we left behind that cursed darkness. We must be on our guard.
Hmm? Did you... Are you talking to me?
Oh. I seem to have forgotten myself there.
I sometimes wondered if Lyconia had returned to the Underdark. But instead, she brought her sordid little patch of darkness to the city with her.
Even with the Shadow Curse gone, Shar's presence blooms everywhere. No doubt her teachings have found a strong purchase amongst the city's populace.
This place is miserable, even for the House of a God.
Cunning disguise can serve a warrior of the Dark Lady better than any armor. That's what they always told us. I think this was my favorite part. Putting these on. Pretending to be someone else. I suppose that's been my whole life. I remember this place now. A whole stolen childhood spent in these halls. The Mother Superior must be close. Soon this will all be over.
They already heard how you disgraced yourself before Lady Shar. How she marked you as the enemy. But it is quite another thing for them to see it for themselves. I am very glad you decided to return. A cautionary tale such as yours will be studied by Lady Shar's initiates for years to come. But perhaps I can make a case for some small measure of mercy. Give me the artifact, and I can at least make this quick.
Enough. I don't answer to you. Not anymore. I'm here for my family. That's right. I know what you did. And it's not going to be quick.
This is your family. And now you have turned your back on it. The artifact was your last chance to prove yourself. And you squandered it. Whispers reached my ears from all corners. Potential rivals of Lady Shar, all vying for the same prize. A new god, amassing the disaffected, the outcasts. Those who should turn to us. This Absolute is but an upstart, disturbing the natural order and threatening to impede the glorious return of Lady Shar's pure, endless darkness. I had to act. I had to strangle that foul conspiracy while it was still in the cradle. We learned all we could. The artifact was the one thing the Absolutists feared. The one thing they desperately wanted to keep out of their enemy's grasp. I had to have it. Lady Shah's concerns lie elsewhere, with another. But she is a goddess. She can afford to ignore that which does not threaten her. I must keep her faith alive in mortal hearts. I must defend her ways, lead her children, stop all threats. Even if I must go against her wishes, I will prove myself her most loyal servant.
Shah doesn't care. She was always going to use you and discard you. But now I'm going to deal with you first.
You there! Surrender this one to me now, and you can consider Lady Shah's forces your allies in the battles to come. As you like. Lilala! For Shah! Such misplaced camaraderie. How about this? Surrender this one to me. I am Lady Shah's instrument. I know the unknown foe, offering an embrace of fang and claw.
I have to find my parents. They must be close.
Finish it. Send me to Lady Shah's embrace.
She still has answers I need. My parents. Where are they?
So blunt. Have you forgotten all the interrogation techniques I taught you? Where is the finesse?
Answer me!
They are right through that door in the Chamber of Loss, where they have been all along. You saw them many times, only we made you forget. But they didn't forget. They watched as we molded you. They watched. They wept. They bled. Often at your hand. It may not be a happy reunion, but it will be a memorable one.
Why? Why me? Why all this effort?
Lady Shah commanded me, and I obeyed. I do not question. I merely act as she wills me to. I had an enclave in Waterdeep, you know. Much grander than this. Shah ordered me to raise it. Kill all who followed me. Claim they betrayed me. When in fact, I slew those who showed nothing but loyalty. Shah had me do that. And I did. To cover my tracks. To usher in you.
What are you talking about?
You became my mission. To take a child of Selûnes and turn her over to Lady Shah. To show that all light fades and darkness will prevail in the end. All this was to make you into what the Dark Lady needed you to be. The planning. The training. Those deaths in Waterdeep. It was all to groom you to replace me at her right-hand side. And still you threw it away. Sympathy is for the weak. I merely wanted to say my piece. I wanted her to know the cost of her education. Now, do what you will.
I want to see my parents. And I don't care what happens to this one. She's been in my head long enough already. Do what you like. I know you'll choose well.
What are you doing? Come back and finish this yourself. You owe me that.
Let go, Mother. Embrace loss.
She stands at the same crossroads you yourself once did, Viconia. But it seems you are not quite the teacher you thought.
draw near, my lady.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Iconia de Vere. She will. She must. Lady Shah's sacred grotto. Menzo Paranzan. Underdark. Lady Shah's command. Waterdeep. Deception. Slaughter.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Altar.
Shadowheart? I wasn't sure if I'd ever lay eyes on you again. It's me, Nocturne. Do you remember?
You recall the memory Shadowheart recovered by eating the noble stalk. This must be the person she remembered.
I remember you, but you're different. Very different. I used to call you something else, didn't I?
You did. But that's not who I am now.
There was another. A tiefling boy with short horns and purple hair. I think he was my friend. He tried to make me feel better. Renaud.
Renaud.
That's the last part of it I remember.
I remember the other initiates used to tease you about your name. The one you chose to honor Lady Shah. They were attacking who you were. I never found it funny, but I wasn't quite sure why. Eventually, I realized it was because I wasn't happy with who I was. I couldn't keep going like that. But seeing how you fought on, I realized that I didn't have to. From then on, I was Nocturne. It wasn't easy, but everything started to make sense. I could breathe.
It's a beautiful name. Suits you well.
Thank you. Picked it myself. But enough of that. I can't believe you're back.
I've been trying to return here as long as I can remember, which admittedly doesn't amount to much.
They whispered it was a suicide mission. This search for the artifact you were sent on. Some even thought it was the Mother Superior's plan alone, and not Lady Shah's intent. But now it seems you've turned on both the Mother Superior and Lady Shah.
Perhaps you're right, but I trusted her once. That has to count for something. There must be all sorts you can tell me. Things I can't even remember.
There are. But with the Mother Superior gone, I don't know if I can stay here to reminisce. Perhaps there's another enclave out there for me.
You don't need Shah.
You don't, perhaps. Not everyone is as brave. I'll leave come tomorrow. Come see me before then. I was working as quartermaster. I can sell you some things to aid you. And we can catch up.
The Absolute wants the prism. The Githyanki want the prism. Shah wants the prism too. Phew! This thing means an awful lot to a lot of people. Us, more than anyone. Without that thing, we'd have been drooling true souls. Surprised to find I share a name with Shah herself, but the Absolute has to be stopped. Let Shah have the Lost. Better that than the Netherbrain.
Another day, another god trying to make us her playthings. We'll have the whole Pantheon interfering with us if we're not careful.
Shah did not come to Viconia's defense. All who bow to her are disposable pawns. In the end, the mission she sent me on was a lie. Same as everything else she ever told me. She sowed her own downfall in trying to take the prism for herself. Had she never sent me, I'd still bow to Shar, none the wiser. My parents are still captive. I need to free them.
Yankee. Part of the Sharan's preparations to seize the astral prism, no doubt.
These jewels. Why do I remember these, of all things? A gift from Solda Nessila, Mother Superior said. Curious. I could never quite tell if she was proud of them or not. Dark Justicia helm. I wanted one of my own so badly. Hard to imagine now. These are all about me. 40 years of my life. Documented. Samir.
Greetings. Do you seek to trade? As Shadowheart's friend, I'll extend the privilege to you as well.
So Shar, and who knows what other gods, fight over the prism like brats over boiled sweets. And it is the mortal realms that suffer. Would that there was a hand big enough to smack them all. Meaning no insult, Oakfather Sylvanus.
Shar's worshippers had ambitions beyond their strength, it seems. The astral prism, or its inhabitants, would never have yielded to them. For that, at least, I am thankful.
Power. Is that not what it is always about? Ketheric, Gortash, and now Viconia. The seed of tyranny begins with the want for power. Nurture it, let it grow, and we become the very despots we once despised.
The Mother Superior? Gone? She built this place, enlisted each one of us. What now?
I can still scarcely believe it. You've returned, and the Mother Superior is gone. So much can change, so quickly. Well, you had a pet mouse for a while. It was against the rules, of course. You used to hide him under your robes and feed him from your rations. Nibbles. I suggested Bree, but you were having none of it. She caught you with him. Forced you to get rid of him in front of everyone. To make an example. You always loved animals. But you never let yourself get too close after that. I'm sorry. Not the sort of thing you want to hear, I'm sure. Well... You know that little scar on your elbow? I was there when you picked that up. It was years ago when we were initiates. Some of the others were intent on tormenting us until you showed them the error of their ways. I think it was 6 against 2, and most of them were bigger than us to boot, but you saw them off, all of them. There were some bruised lips and black eyes in the mess hall that night, and from then on they left us alone. Or at least, they bothered us less. A collision between your elbow and the teeth of a girl called Budug. She came away from it worse than you. She was on the same mission as you. I suppose she won't be coming back. In any case, the Mother Superior soon broke up the fighting, though she didn't punish us. In fact, I saw her smiling. I think she was proud of you. Just small things, silly things. The sort you'd scarcely recall even if your memories were left intact. You had a little hiding place that you went to when you needed to get away. You brought me there sometimes. We'd talk, play, read, do each other's hair. Hidden at the back of the storage area. Luckily enough, as quartermaster, I was able to keep it hidden back there. It should be, well, if not how you remember it, exactly as you left it. The plait and fringe? Yes, on your instructions, of course. You were very intent on a bold look, I think you said. My hands were cramped by the time I finished, but you were very pleased. I like the new look as well, though. You always did like a dramatic touch. Remains to be seen. This place is all I've ever known. In time, perhaps I'll venture out there, see what I've been missing. But for now, old habits die hard. Be sure to get everything you need. Come tomorrow, I'll be gone.
After I moved something on the altar, I see them. I see my parents. What's been done to them?
A huge polished disc looms before you. A mirror, but one that offers no reflection. All you see is a void of endless darkness.
This feels familiar to me somehow. I'm sure I've stood before this mirror before. Many times, perhaps.
Loss. A relic said to be as old as the Church of Shar itself. Those who stood before it could surrender their very thoughts and memories to the Lady of Loss. Great powers rest within the realm of the mirror, to be granted at the Dark Lady's whim to those making a suitable offering, a piece of themselves. You feel a presence, dark and ancient. It approves of your fealty. The mirror's emptiness seems to draw you into a stupefying embrace. Your thoughts, feelings, memories, they grow slow and drowsy, drifting away from each other. You must surrender some part of yourself. But what? Something precious was surrendered. Already you cannot recall its exact nature, but you feel its loss all the same. Still though, for whatever was lost, something new shall be gained. You feel the presence of something ancient and unknowable. It has taken notice of you. It seems to be intrigued by you. Where once the mirror showed nothing, there is now something. Memories, experiences, skills, all prized from the minds of others, and now offered to you to choose from. Words and symbols flurry past. Years of reading by candlelight dulled your eyesight but sharpened your mind. Your knowledge lights up even the murkiest of mysteries. The memory fades away, yet it leaves its mark on your mind. The dark mirror seems to turn dormant, its hunger sated.
My old haunt. I don't remember it, but it's comforting to be here.